Hi. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for dropping by. I wanted to do a quick video on Donald Trump, the Diddy trial, and the possibility of a pardon. I have been live streaming the Diddy trial on my channel, so please check out any of those videos. There's some shorter videos on the channel too, specific to the Diddy trial. So check them out. But I have in my lives, as I've been paying attention to all the details day by day, have come to a couple of conclusions. One that I've said repeatedly on my lives is that there are really only two questions at this point, in my opinion. One, for which charges will Diddy be convicted of? Because there is no acquittal in his future. And two, how long will he be sentenced to prison? Only two questions to me at this point, as I watch his trial day after day, day after day. The other thing that I've been saying on my lives is that there's a couple of outs for Diddy in this whole thing. One of them is if he gets at least one juror who, no matter what they present, they're just not going to convict Sean Diddy Combs. Or a juror, no matter what has been presented, they really feel that they have not presented enough evidence to convict him of these charges. They only needs one of those. That'll get him a hung jury. It'll be a reprieve of sorts. I don't see the state of New York not retrying him in a hung jury situation, but it'll give him a little reprieve. I'm sure he'll take another few shots with that reprieve to try to get out on bail until the next trial. The other escape hatch for Diddy is a pardon. And I think he has the right president in office to make that happen. Oh, I think that Donald Trump giving Diddy a pardon is not far fetched at all. I think that is highly probable that Donald Trump would issue a pardon for Diddy if he's convicted of these federal charges. And I've been saying that all my lives. So imagine when I heard that Donald Trump himself has answered a question about Diddy and his situation. And what about that pardon? What would you? So let's just take a quick listen at what Donald Trump had to say in response to the question.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. It's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Mr. President, Apprentice, you
So Donald Trump says he used to really like me, but it's not a popularity contest. And if I thought somebody was done wrong, listen. Donald Trump would love the opportunity to pardon Sean Diddy Combs. Can you not see him right now at his speaking engagements saying to his crowds, look at what I have done for the blacks. And all that's wrong with that statement, we're talking about. So he would say something like that. He would say something like that. He would also get great joy out of the subset of black men and especially African American men who would celebrate him for giving Diddy a pardon. And I say subset because y'all know it's real. You know the subset is there. We've seen the numbers. It's not the majority of African American men, but there is a subset of men who support Donald Trump, and they would support this pardon. Facts. Facts. So it was very interesting to me to see this come up in the press. It was very interesting to me to see Donald Trump basically not take a pardon off the table for Diddy. And I could imagine that Diddy's team, as part of all the work that he's paying for with these lawyers and I'm sure other people, they probably have already even started the groundwork. Whatever's in the, you better kiss up to Trump right now, because he said, you used to like him a lot. You better do whatever you got to do to get him to say, pardon Diddy. And quite frankly, like I said, I don't think this is a far-reaching idea. I think Donald Trump is very likely to pardon Diddy. So I would love to know what your thoughts are. Please drop a comment in the comment section, whether you agree, disagree, what you think about this trial overall. Feel free to drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to know what your thoughts are. Look, keep it cute. Keep it cute. I don't tend to delete comments. Now, if you get racist over here, though, I'm gonna get you up out of here. Okay. But other than that, we don't have to agree. Keep it cute though. Because I know when we start talking about stuff involving Donald Trump, people get a little turned up. So just keep it cute. But again, I appreciate you all for stopping by, checking out the video. And please thumbs up the video. Again, drop your comments. Subscribe to the channel. If you are not a subscriber, I am trying to build over here, so I would appreciate your support. And until the next time, bye, y'all.